Hi, Mr. SooHoo. Welcome to Unit 10.
This is Bridgette
and Camilla.
And we hope you enjoy the video.
We know we had a fun time making it. Okay, so for our first thing we're going to learn is the fundamental counting principle. If one event can occur m ways and another event can occur n ways, then the number of ways you can occur equals m times n ways. So for example, we have 3 different types of ingredients, and then you multiply them all together to get the different types of combos of sandwiches you can make.
It's implying that if you go in a sandwich shop, how many different combinations of sandwiches can you make?
An arrangement of objects in a set in a certain order.
Okay, so for this we have to use factorials because permutations are just like an object, obviously, in an arrangement. And so when you have a number with a factorial, you're basically multiplying it by all of the previous numbers. So like for this problem, it's how many ways is there to line up 7 pictures on a wall. So you do 7 factorial, and then it's 7 times 6, etc. And then you get the answer.
Combinations, an arrangement of objects where order does not matter. N and then CR equals N factorial over R factorial parentheses N minus R. Make sure the parentheses are closed and then factorial.
And so our example is, how many ways can you choose 3 horses out of 12? So N would be 12 because that's how many objects it's out of. And then 3 is the number you're trying to choose. So those are the ways you would put it, and then you would do the equation, and then you get your answer.
Hi, so we're gonna look at 2-way frequency tables.
Okay, and so in this frequency table we have the data of kids who prefer math and who prefer science and who prefer team sports and who prefer individual sports. And so basically we can use all of this data to try and help us find different probabilities for various outcomes. So example A, would you like to explain?
Yes, so we're just going to use this table to, as Bridget kind of said, to find various outcomes, but for this one we're going to have science.
The probability of science students,
So you go right here,
yeah.
And then you use 45 out of 190, that's all of the students right here. And then you just do the same thing for that one.
Yeah.
Miss us.
Okay, so these are independent and dependent events, and so independent is when the actions of one event doesn't affect the next, and then a dependent is when the outcome of an event does affect the next one. And so for an example, or for the formula for independent events is the probability of A and B times, basically. Yeah. The formula for dependent events is P of A plus B. And so that also could be written as the probability of A times the probability of B given A. Yeah.
So to sum it up, an independent variable is one that no matter what happens, it doesn't depend on anything. You're independent. And dependent, if something happens to the other one, that's going to affect the other one's cause.
And so for example A, we have the probability of you and your friend both flipping heads. So each of you guys have a 1 to 2 chance, and so you just multiply them together and get the percentage. And then so for dependent, we did picking an ace out of a deck of cards, and so we have 4 aces in a deck of cards out of 52. And then if you pick one out but don't put it back, then you only have 3 over 51 cards because you didn't put it back. And so we have a deck of cards.
Like a Pooh Bears.
Yep. Oh, by the way, and so you just multiply the 2 probabilities together, and then you get your answer. And so we have a deck of cards. They're really fancy. They're pink. Okay, so
Back from Los Angeles Airport, LAX.
represent. My mom's a CEO.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
No, it's not. She's nice.
It's really intense.
Okay, okay. Pick a card.
How many?
1.
7 diamonds.
We didn't get it because our probability of getting it is less than 1%. Right? Now try it again.
Jack of spades.
Well, you know, we can't all be winners.
Camilla! Got it. Okay.
Okay. So basically, this is a complement of an event, and it consists of all events that are not in the event, if that makes any sense. So it's almost basically like the opposite of like a normal probability. So like the equation is P and then the complement of A, so that's really just 1 minus the probability of that event. And so, for example, we're doing the probability of pulling an ace, and so normally that would just be 4 out of 52. But the complement of that, oh, I forgot, pretend there's a little line there. It would be 1 minus 4 over 52, so we could just, you know, do the work, and then we get our probability of not pulling an ace.
So it's basically like taking the like whatever the fraction you start out with, you want it to get to 1. So like your answer, you should be able to add to the original problem and get 1.
Yeah. So, for our life lesson,
like for me, I personally feel like my purpose in life is to help animals, and in whatever way possible, like I just want to work with animals. I want to help save them. I don't want to necessarily work on the medical side. I want to be more hands-on at rescuing. So I want it like basically all my free time is like spent with animals and horses and stuff. And so it's really fun.
And so like, I agree. I mean, I think it's really hard to like answer like what your purpose in life is, because I mean, at our age we don't really know. We haven't really like grown up, or well, honestly I haven't grown up, but we haven't really like lived long enough to know like what we're gonna do, because you know we've just like been like so sheltered from the world, and we don't really know what's out there. So I think once we like kind of experience the world for ourselves, we'll gain like better knowledge for what like we think we should do like to help the world. So I also think that like achieving like success like comes from within, and like you have to like want to be motivated to like do that, and I think with those two things, like you'll just have a happy life, and you'll like consistently be happy, and not like obviously you'll like worry about like stuff, because you know life, but you know. And like grit like ties in with that, because if you have grit, you can really go through like anything. Like that's just the main thing that drives you. It doesn't matter if you're smart, it doesn't matter where you start out. If you just persevere, you're gonna end up where you're supposed to be in life. As long as you keep trying, you just can't give up yet. There's a plan for everyone, even if we don't know it. And even no matter what you believe in, there's still a plan for you. Always. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. So we weren't boring. Yeah, I don't think we're boring. We have bloopers coming up. And we have like, come on, we have like Stitch like last time. Alright, bye Mr. SooHoo! Hi Mr. SooHoo! Hey. This is Jimmy. Hi Mr. SooHoo, welcome to Unit 10. Yes! This is Camilla. I'm Bridgette. And Hi Mr. SooHoo, welcome to Unit 8. 10. Oh. Go. Okay, just talk. We're just testing. You don't it doesn't matter what you say, just say something. Have a conversation. Well, it's already been videotaped, so why don't you edit and watch it now? It's like both. Can you not zoom in during video? Then doesn't affect the next.